Hey guys, it's Alexi here. I thought I'd just record a couple of videos just to help you with a little bit more visibility through things like Gumtree and Marketplace. Now, the whole thing is, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be, but essentially, before you sort of jump onto things like Gumtree, you really need to understand how they work and potentially where you can get some data to give you some better understanding of where things are. So, if we, for example, look for shipping container for sale, which is one of the top keywords, you will find that places like Gumtree will rank organically quite high. The reason being is Gumtree is picked up by Google. And then within Gumtree, there's obviously a lot of value that Google considers important. Now, within Gumtree itself, there's another ranking mechanism, but the whole thing is actually very similar. So I'm going to run through some of these things with you. So first of all, you've got your paid ads right up the top. So this is something that you pay through Google Ads to be displayed in these two spots. Everything with top up here is basically a paid Gumtree ad, and it also considers your listing optimization as well. We'll talk about that in a second. If you scroll down below the top stuff, you've got listings like this one that are ranking obviously fairly high. Now, the whole thing here really depends on a whole bunch of different parameters, but the most important one being the actual title up here. So the title here has got the word cheap in there, 20-foot shipping container for sale, location, logo home, and then the actual price as well. Now, there's two parts to this. First of all, the words like cheap, shipping container, 20-foot, sale, and so on are actually very high search keywords. In terms of location and the price, this is actually like clickbait. People will click on something like that because that seems really, really low. In terms of the actual description itself, if you click on more, it's actually quite a long description. And what these guys have done, they've actually put in the keywords in here for the suburbs that people are likely to search as well. But overall, it's the lengths of this thing as well. So just to recap, really, it really comes down to three things here that are made. The title has to have the right keywords in it. The description, it's got to be long enough, and ideally the good number is 300 words. If you can keep it around that, you'll obviously outrank your competitors. And the third part is the actual images. So the idea is to have the more images the merrier, but with the images there's a bit of a trick as well, which I'll talk about in a minute. So having images shows you allows you to show the customer what the stock looks like, but at the same time shows the condition as well. And it's really good to be able to show the actual stock that you're basically selling, and also include that in the description as well. Now, having a phone number definitely works very well. You're going to get some calls from this. Having no phone number will actually allow you to get inquiries come through your email, and whatever the strategy is, that may work better for you. But overall, I think featuring both is really, really good. So let's start with the title, and I guess I may have to record a couple of videos just to keep the idea short. But first of all, let's start with the keyword research on something like that. Now, there is a tool by SEMrush, and if you look for SEMrush keyword tool, you will find this little thing over here. It's called Keyword Magic. If I go into something like that and ask you to register for a free account, you can do a search for the word shipping container, which is obviously a top tier keyword, and it's going to give you all the different variables along with the volumes of searches as well. So you'll find that shipping container home is actually quite a big search as well. Shipping containers for sale is actually quite a big keyword as well. Shipping container pool, home, and so on and so forth. But basically, if you look into something like the word for sale is really big, and including that in your title will definitely work in your favor. Now, these are some of the other keywords that basically jump up along with the word shipping container, sale, home, cost, house, Australia, use by, foot, and different variations. I highly recommend you use this within your descriptions of the actual thing, and even the title if you are looking to run multiple listings, which I'm sure you will. So that's the first part. Now, the second part here is basically once you've written your title and description, that's keyword rich according to these keywords, you really want to make sure that the keywords align with the actual images. So if you're featuring a 20-foot container, put 20-foot containers in there, make it relevant. And then from there, you really want to make sure that you supercharge those images. Now, this can be a big one or a small topic, depends on your experience, but each image that you basically take has got geographic coordinates behind it. Now, if you borrow somebody else's photos, which sometimes you do, there is a tool called geoimgr.com, and you can basically upload an image in here and set the actual location here. Now, why this is important is that you can actually customize the image to be at a particular location, which is going to work in your favor, and I highly recommend you use this.